I made a big chair this week, unpainted, to sell as is, and now people want to, or want other things to go with it. It goes without saying, it's a winning design. But if you've been watching, you know I make benches, so I want to make a bench version of this chair today. I jotted down mostly to get my measurements, and then put them in a site that I use to plan my cut lists. I'll put the link in the description to that site. I'm not affiliated with it, but I use it a lot. Here's the cut list it gave me for this. So we're using barely more than 4 2x4s, needing a fifth one for a foot-long cut. Here, there's more wood than needed because I got to make a second one of those chairs, so I'll be running those planks in the beginning of this project. On the miter saw, I cut them all except the 12 and 13 inch parts as I want to do the joiner nicks. And those are a bit short for that. I'll finalize cutting them after milling the wood. On the set joiner, again 2 faces 90 degrees from each other. It makes a world of difference in the bench squareness. On the table saw, I cut the opposite side, removing about an inch from each. While I'm ripping those down, please like and subscribe. If you like builds like this, I've got a ton more coming up. Thanks to all subscribers. With summer finally right around the corner, it's time to make some fire starter wood from my offcuts again. I break it up in about 10 inch parts, tape it up, and it's ready for aggressively starting a nice campfire. This stuff works great. Finally, last step in milling, I run them all just once on the planer. I'll be back here later with the seat parts, which I guess you could do now, but I didn't. Now I'm removing the parts for the other build. It got me a little confused. I had to refer to the cut list again. I finalized cutting the short parts on the miter saw, the parts I wanted longer for the joiner. Get the 20-inch parts, and it's time to make what makes this bench structurally sound, the dados that hold the weight of the seat. I draw a line with the speed square right at the middle of the boards at 10 inches, and then using one of the cuts and the speed square again, I cut the limits of my dado. I'm doing these on a miter saw, with this trusty jig always in reach. It's a simple process, a little dusty but very worth it. For assembly, put the dadoed parts like this facing each other and top them with the 13.5 inch parts, both sides butt joints. Glue those up generously and set the clamps. Try to put the clamps right in the middle of the wood. It'll be useful for the dowels we're about to drill. In the cut list, the 12.5 inch parts were meant to be a little too long. Measure how long you need to fit between the dados, go cut it, and then glue them in place. I use some clamps to make sure both sides touch the board. While this dries, I don't have to do much. I don't want to disturb it too much with the dowels for now, so that's why I kept the planing down of the seat parts for now. Plane down the three 48 inch boards to about an inch, it looks a lot better. Now that the glue has set some, drill 3/8-inch holes and drop in hardwood dowels. I drill very deep, about 4 inches. Make sure to put enough glue so that almost squirts out, it helps a ton. Flip the parts over to access the top again and repeat what you just did. Do dowels again for the sides, but just one is plenty as this can't rotate because of the dado. If you want to save some time and annoyances, sand both sides now. It's annoying to sand this with the seat in there. Finally, time to get this bench set up on its feet. Drop the sides like that, put the two 42-inch parts spaced by about 3 inches aligned with the top. Add plenty of glue, clamp that in place with some long clamps, then right away put it on its feet to rotate it flat. This will make sure the rest of the assembly is square with the ground. Repeat the same process as earlier with dowels and 3/8 drill bit. I use my pocket hole drill bit, it's the perfect size. To pre-drill countersink holes at the end of the seat parts, I used a speed square to draw a line. It helps me do this cleanly and it really shows in the end result. Add 3 blobs of glue where the seat parts will land, add them and screw the 4 corners first, twisting it square. Because this seat was made from the back, it's possible it's not perfectly square, but it'll twist easily. Drill the middle screws. Once that's done, everything will be straight. Give everything a last sanding, and don't do like me, plug your vacuum tube in your sander. I was in the zone sanding this and just didn't notice at all that dust. This is now ready to be sold. Is it not great not having to paint? Thanks for watching, subscribe for more videos like this, and see you next time.